Spider-Man lost everything at the end of No Way Home. No friends, no family, no Stark tech, and a world that doesn't even remember Peter Parker exists. But the first teaser for Spider-Man Brand New Day just gave us our first look at Peter's lonely new chapter, and it's packed with insane secrets, subtle comic book homages, and terrifying hints about the MCU's future.
From hidden villain debuts to a bizarre loophole that might mean one Avenger still knows who Peter is, here are 10 details you definitely missed in the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. After a whole trilogy spent leaning heavily on Iron Man technology, nanotech suits, and multiverse portals, Brand New Day is taking Peter Parker right back to his roots. We see Peter living in a tiny apartment, sewing his own classic suit, and swinging through New York as a true street-level hero. But pay close attention to how these scenes are shot.
Multiple frames in the trailer are exact recreations of iconic comic book covers. One beautiful shot of Spidey swinging through the skyline while saving a civilian is an exact match for Amazing Fantasy number 15, the legendary 1962 issue where Spider-Man made his first ever appearance. Later in the trailer, when Spidey goes head-to-head with the classic villain Tarantula, the camera angle and lighting are pulled straight from the cover of the Amazing Spider-Man 134. It's a massive sign that Marvel is grounding Peter in classic, old-school comic lore.
One of the most emotional moments in No Way Home was Peter sitting in a diner, holding a handwritten note containing everything he wanted to tell MJ and Ned about his true identity. In the end, he decided to protect them by staying silent. Well, look closely at Peter's desk in the new trailer. That same crumpled piece of paper is still sitting there. Peter never threw it away. Through his inner monologue, we learn what was written on that paper, that the fate of the entire multiverse depended on Peter Parker being forgotten. Keeping this letter proves that Peter isn't ready to let go of his past life just yet. He's trying to reconnect with MJ as a regular person, but he's carrying a burden that's nearly impossible to keep hidden. Speaking of MJ, Peter might be too late to win her back. The trailer gives us a quick glance at MJ laughing and walking alongside a new romantic interest. While the trailer doesn't name him directly, the actor playing him is Eamon Esfandi, who you probably recognize as Ezra Bridger from Star Wars Ahsoka. Comic fans are already freaking out because this character strongly hints at Paul Rabin. Introduced in the 2022 comic run, Paul became MJ's boyfriend during a period when she was separated from Peter in another dimension. Paul is one of the most controversial characters in modern Spider-Man comics, especially after it was revealed he was tied to a dimension-hopping villain called the Emissary. Is the MCU adapting Paul's storyline, or is this just a misdirection to break Peter's heart even further? If you felt chills listening to the trailer's dark, commanding narrator, you aren't alone. That iconic voice belongs to none other than Keith David. But who is he playing? Keith David actually has a long history with Spider-Man. He voiced Agent Mosley in MTV's Spider-Man: The New Animated Series back in 2003, and voiced Big Man in the pilot of The Spectacular Spider-Man. Interestingly, the character Tombstone is confirmed for Brand New Day, but he's being played by Marvin Jones III. So Keith David is voicing someone else, possibly a mysterious new mentor or an ancient force observing Peter. His monologue in the trailer chillingly details the life cycles of spiders, shedding skins and undergoing terrifying rebirths, which leads us to a massive clue about Peter's physical transformation. It has been 7 long years since Michael Mando made his MCU debut as Mac Gargan in Spider-Man: Homecoming. That post-credits scene teased a brutal feud with Spider-Man, but Gargan was left rotting in prison until now. The Brand New Day trailer finally delivers on that promise. We see Mac Gargan suited up in a terrifying, comic-accurate mechanical scorpion armor, warning Spidey to stay out of his way.
But Scorpion isn't the only street-level threat in town. The trailer also gives us quick shots of Boomerang causing chaos in the city, alongside Tremel Tillman, identified in subtitles simply as Bill. Rumors suggest Tillman could be playing William Metzger, a dangerous character connected to X-Men and underground super soldier experiments.
Ever since Daredevil and Kingpin joined the main MCU timeline in Hawkeye and No Way Home, fans wondered when the rest of Netflix's street-level lore would bleed into the movies. Brand New Day gives us a definitive answer. The Hand is officially back.
In the trailer, we see a squad of red-clad ninja assassins ambushing Spider-Man. One scene takes place inside a high-security prison block, while another shows Spidey dodging throwing stars mid-air against the New York night sky. The big question is, why are the Hand targeting Spider-Man? Is Peter interfering with an assassination contract? Or are they hunting something inside Peter's blood? Either way, fighting an army of immortal ninjas means Peter is going to need some serious backup, making a Matt Murdock or Elektra team-up almost guaranteed.
Doctor Strange's memory spell at the end of No Way Home wiped Peter Parker from the mind of everyone in the universe. But could there be a major loophole? In the trailer, Peter seeks out Dr. Bruce Banner for advice on a strange biological issue. Bruce treats Peter as a complete stranger, introducing himself as a university professor. However, notice what Bruce is wearing on his wrist: a Hulk inhibitor device.
During Endgame, Peter fought alongside the Hulk, and both sides of Banner's persona were aware of who Spider-Man was. Strange's spell targeted Bruce Banner's human memory. But what about the Hulk? If Banner's inhibitor fails and the Hulk takes over, would the Green Monster remember the young hero who fought Thanos beside him?
Brand New Day takes place shortly after the events of Daredevil Born Again Season 2. In Born Again, Wilson Fisk used his power as mayor of New York to outlaw vigilantes and enforce martial law. So why does the trailer show Spider-Man receiving the key to New York City?
Look closely at the official presenting the key to Peter. It's Sheila Rivera, who was Fisk's campaign director. This strongly hints that Spider-Man plays a massive role in exposing Fisk's corruption, taking down Kingpin's regime, and restoring freedom to New York's vigilantes. Giving Spidey the key to the city is New York's way of thanking the wall crawler, even if nobody knows his real name.
One of the biggest casting announcements for Brand New Day was Stranger Things star Sadie Sink. Marvel has kept her character strictly under wraps, and her face isn't clearly shown in the trailer. Or is it? If you slow down the trailer, there are two mysterious shots. One shows a red-haired character strapped into an experimental chair, flinching in agony before an energy pulse triggers an explosion. Another shot shows a hooded figure raising their hands as Tremel Tillman's character talks about a danger that cannot be controlled or seen. Fans are convinced Sink is playing Jean Grey, introducing mutants into the Spider-Man corner of the MCU. Whether she's playing Jean Grey, Firestar, or a mutated original character, Sink's role looks central to the film's darkest plot lines. This might be the most shocking detail in the entire trailer. Throughout the teaser, Peter isn't just dealing with street crime, his body is physically changing. We see his skin breaking out, organic webbing shooting from his wrists, and a scene where Peter collapses inside a thick web-like cocoon. This is a direct adaptation of the famous 1990s animated series storyline, the Man-Spider arc. Instead of gaining powers from a suit, Peter's spider DNA is mutating out of control, slowly transforming him into a monstrous, six-armed creature. With Keith David narrating about biological rebirth and mutants entering the MCU ahead of Avengers Doomsday, Peter's battle against his own body might be the deadliest threat he has ever faced. Spider-Man Brand New Day looks like a darker, more emotional, and action-packed chapter than anything we've seen in the MCU before. Which hidden secret or theory shocked you the most? Do you think the Hulk remembers Peter? Or is Sadie Sink playing Jean Grey? Let us know your wild theories in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dive movie breakdowns, and we'll see you in the next one.